Alright, this is my third time recording this video because I keep going on way too long. I want to show you 3 plays on Inferno, and I want to just invite you to think about these plays. I want to try them out. They're not done, they're not final, but I want to try them as they are and go from there. So, first thing, alternate T-side pistol round opener, Apps Rush. We're alt mid, everyone can learn the smoke, it's very easy. Top of alt mid, this left stripe into the wall at the antenna. You can throw this, like, you don't have to be that precise. I mean, aim at the end of the antenna, you know, I know you're capable of doing that. As you can see, all of these are landing. Doesn't really care. Still practice. And then everyone is going to go apps, and we're going to waterfall out on a site. One person, and I think Dawson, our number 4 player, would be a good person to learn this flash. I want someone to be the dedicated flash person so they can always be the one flashing site. No one else flashes site, so they have a very precise flash, don't flash their teammates, and they can keep working on the timing. Because when you do this, you're going to be watching your teammates and you're going to be seeing how far along they are before you flash, right? And if one person is doing this, everyone can learn this flash because it's very useful, but just this flash person, as time goes on, you can get this timing down really sharp so that it's popping, you know, right before we're peaking or right as we're peaking, and it can get better and better. So that's something that I want to do. So this flash, 1, 2 window, crouch. That hits a lot of stuff. That hits the AWPer playing pit. That hits little pit. That hits. It actually comes over that, so it'll blind someone standing here. It'll blind people on site. It'll blind people in graveyard. So let me show you. See that? I mean, if we're here, this is where the flash popped. Anything that can see this is blind. So very strong. And then we have this Balk smoke for this A rush. Something we need to figure out is where do we go? One person always dies doing this. You see this in majors quite often. This rush. So someone also so they'll molly. So one other person needs to have a smoke for the molly. 1 or 2 people always die in midair on this play, so Tom shouldn't go first as the entry fragger. I can go first. Our number 3 player can go first, you know, as just bait. And then we need to figure out, you know, do we all waterfall out pit side, you know, out to the right, so we really make sure we secure big pit and little pit before moving on to site? Do we spread out? Does, you know, I don't know. So I want you guys to think about that. And I want to try it, and we'll figure it out. This Balk smoke can be used in other places. There's also, this is a bonus, really sick retake smoke. If they're planning for apps and you're here and you have a smoke, you can come up to this edge and you can throw it at this corner. So one more time, the edge of this window. Yeah, see that? Edge of this window, and then this corner. It's pretty tolerant, so there's a short wall, big wall at this corner, and that smokes apps for the retake. Yeah, that could really be something. That could really be something. So that's a little bonus balcony smoke for you. That is the A rush. 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Okay, you know what? That's fine. Time to talk about the A exec, and it's kind of hard to do. Okay, it's kind of hard to do. Let me first explain where people are going to be, so you know how to think about this. This is going to be an A exec. It's going to be a split. Tom, our number 3 player, number 2 is Adam, 4 is Dawson, 5 is me, 1 is Tom. 3 is our Phil. I mean, that's like Luke or Connor or Dylan or John. And we don't know what they're gonna know for smokes and flashes, so we got to kind of make up for that. I think I would have Tom and our number 3 player holding hands. So our number 3 player is right behind Tom for the trade. Tom is entry fragging. And then I'm behind them, supporting. And then Adam and Dawson are in apps. One of you, Adam or Dawson, and I recommend you both learn this, is going to need to throw the pit smoke. And here's my first question. So there's 2 ways we can do this. You can throw, if you just like run up to, you know, this spot and throw there. There's one that goes deep. Bounces on the cart. and it goes really deep. That's a pit smoke. What's great about that? I mean, they can't play the right edge of that, and they're gonna be pushed out here, and that flash is gonna blind them, guaranteed. The problem is they can still fight truck. This is okay if we do like a triple peek where someone's peeking balk. You know, flash goes off, we're peeking balk, we're peeking truck at the same time. We should be able to kill them. That should be a kill. The other pit smoke we can do is not that difficult. You just kind of walk up to here and you just kind of throw that. And it pops here. So I'll show you the lineups in a second. But the problem is if you get this wrong, you can still get shot default. And then this like means we can get more people out on a site. So if we want to play, but they could be here. I don't know. So that's something that we should think about. Let me show you the lineups for those. The one that goes deep is a little bit more difficult. You run up this shadow up to this mark. You see that mark? It's like a blob. So you run up to this, and then you just throw at the corner, you know, this flower, basically. Let's try that. Let's see if that flower works. Yeah. Okay. That's the deep one. The other one is just kind of like, as long as you're kind of like, let's see, you can run against this wall. As long as you're kind of like at this height, and you throw like at the height of the flower box, so you can, you know, like you can throw this a few different ways, you know, like they'll all pretty much land. You have to practice it. As you can see, some of them go more to the right, some of them go more to the left. Something to think about. Something to think about. Adam and Dawson, that's going to be you guys. We could also throw that and the balcony smoke. If you guys want to, say we're like doing this on an SMG round, and we want to be close and dirty, then we can do this with the flash, push out, just rush the guy pit. He'll die, we get an op, we plant default, we play the bomb. Great. Options, that's what I'm here to do. Let's talk about the other two smokes. One of them is very easy. And Tom, maybe you throw this one. Because if it's you and me, we have two smokes to take care of between the two of us. And the other two are going to be busy playing apps probably. So here's one. It's very easy. You walk up to this door. You throw, I mean literally anywhere on this door. You kind of throw like, you want it to hit this face. You kind of throw like just off the corner of that, like just on the inside of the corner. Left click throw. It bounces off the pillar. And it smokes that. That is not playable. Okay, that's one smoke. That's the right side of mid smoke. That's not bad. Maybe I'll timestamp the video. Get fancy. You can throw that many different ways. It's really not that particular. If you, we should be smoking the cross for this for one thing. So you're like, oh, that's not safe, right? The person who's not Adam, the person between Adam and Dawson who's not throwing the pit smoke needs to be throwing the cross smoke. And we're going to be getting ready for this play right behind it. So this will take 20 seconds. So we need to mark the time. Say 10 seconds when we pop this. At 30 seconds, this is going to clear. Then at like 27 seconds, I need to be throwing the Moto smoke, which is this. You should also all learn this because it's useful. I'll tell you in a second. So I set this up. I can't remember anymore what I've said. This gets set up so that someone with an op playing library can't shoot us as we come out. So situationally, if we know they like to play an op in library, this Moto smoke becomes very powerful because we can zone out that op. And maybe they only have 2 people on site, right? Or maybe it's like one person here, one person, you know. So that's the power of the Moto smoke. The other power of this Moto smoke is if we throw it, you come to this thing from mid, and you throw it right at like the leftmost edge, like that corner of this last straight loop. Not the corner loop, but the straight loop. Left click throw. That's tolerant to within a few pixels in any direction. And they can't play the edges. This is also very strong if we know they like to play pit heavy or site heavy and they don't have someone library. We can use this to do a mid to B. Very strong. Very strong. That'll really slow down that response. And we can have someone lurking. Our number 3 player can lurk that smoke and maybe get a pick to counter the rotate, which would be strong. Okay, I think that's all 3 smokes. The Moto smoke is good for 2 plays. We have our order. One thing I need to talk about the B play. So we're at 10 minutes. Okay, 7 minutes for a play. That's not so bad. So say, Tom, you're throwing this one, and I'm throwing this one in case they push through smoke. I'm the one that dies, and not you. And then we're going to be taking this. I don't know if we should have our number 3 player flash. Like, you can do a running flash like that. That's something you can peek with. They can... I want them to be close, or maybe I should be the one flashing, so it's not our person, or it's not our flex player that's having to do this. So they're holding hands with you, and I'm doing the support work. You know, if you do a pop flash there, that can blind someone holding close but not deep. So it's like, but if you throw a bouncing flash, they can turn. So it's a little bit tough. I don't know if we want to figure out some kind of pop flash for this corner. I want your thoughts on that, Tom. So yeah, 1-3-5 here, 2-4 in apps. Using the flash again. Okay, I think that's everything on A. We're at 11 minutes and 30 seconds. That's fine. Let me recap B real quick. So for one thing, when we're doing B, I want us to wait for that to pop. So they just don't have info. So they don't have info. That's going to be strong. Second, we can wait for util to burn, and then we're not getting shot from mid. I would really like to find a smoke. I haven't done it yet. I'll do it later. That like does barrels, because that would help us get control of banana. Let's just recap these smokes. And something we need to do is we need to just practice our B takes in terms of like timing and the order that we're in and how we clear this before we set smokes and how we do that in a way that's smooth and fast but doesn't give them too much time to rotate. Okay, let's get to these smokes. You're aiming at the corner of that and this. So like, you see that? So like right there. On 128 tick, it's slightly different. This pops nice and central, and someone can't play in that spot right there. Okay, that's one. You should all learn these. I'm serious. They're going to be good in a lot of games. I mean, you need this smoke. You need this smoke. Here's the other smoke, which pops Coffin. It kicks off the side. They don't get a one-way. It's excellent. It's amazing. It's very strong if they have an op there. Doorbell, crouch. With your classic view model, which is view model underscore preset POS 3. View model underscore preset POS space 3. You like put your left index finger on that. These are the 2 standard B smokes. Let me show you a couple of mollies. There's the triple molly. This one's very easy. You come up to these barrels and you just throw it in that gap. It really doesn't care that much. If you throw it at the bottom of the gap, that's fine. It's just this like this first hump. After this, like Dido comes in, first hump anywhere in here. I mean, if you throw like over here, I think it still hits. Right, and all these, are back there. Let me show you, like, someone should learn this. You all should just learn this, and then we can, if everyone knows it, then we can kind of work out who needs to throw what much more easily. Here's a bonus molly, okay, that's really dirty. So you come up to this side. Maybe I can throw this as a number 5 player. I don't know, it depends on the order. Maybe Dawson. Someone throwing one of the smokes can also throw these. This last post, you see it? You come straight up from the last post, and you're just in this pocket. So there's like the last post, the dip to the last post, and then slightly inside of that. Jump throw, using a jump throw bind. That pops on there, it gets that, it gets that. I mean, that's brutal. I don't know how much more brutal you can get. Then they can't hide. Okay, last thing. Our flashing player, which may be Dawson, but we need to just talk about this and pick someone and see what it feels like. Maybe someone else could volunteer. We need one person, not our number 3 player, so we just tell them, do not flash, because how many times have we come out B and someone's flashing and we just all get blind here? you know, because you're throwing a running flash. And that doesn't blind anyone on CT, too, and then we die, like, many times. So someone needs to learn a flash, you know, that's, like, repeatable. Maybe it's from right here, that kicks off the ceiling and not the roof. So maybe they, you know, maybe you just use the same lineup, and just like the Apps Flash, you're going to be working on that timing, right? You're going to be working on watching where people are on the map, how far up they are. You're going to know where this is going to pop, and you're just going to dial that flashbang in so it pops right as we're peeking, but it doesn't blind us, right? Right. So Tom has just like an easy double spray down against 2 blind CTs. I mean, that's what we want. That's like, that would just be so good. So, yeah, maybe it's just, you know, so you got to figure that out. It's going to take practice. Maybe that's Dawson. So you need to know how deep that's going to pop and where people are going to be when you throw that. One person flashing. That's it. And then we can take sight. We'll have mollies there. I mean, if you ask me, like this is like, just, you know. Oh, okay. 2 things you need to watch for. We tend to die to someone sitting up here, and we also tend to die to someone sitting up here. They tend to get the first pick on us, like, for free, like no contest, and we want to contest that. So maybe when we do this, Tom needs to be on the tight angle, so, you know, he can like swing here, and then maybe Adam needs to be taking the wide angle so that you can get the top. So that's something we need to play with, right? Like, what angles are we holding? And also how we play this when they counter smoke and counter flash. I say, look, if we have only one person flashing and they know what their flash is, we can push through a smoke, no problem. No problem. One other thing is, so if someone's up here on boost, whatever, you know, like if Tom, you just got to work on, you know, how are you peaking? Like, are you peaking this and then that? You know, whereas like maybe you peak that while Adam peaks, you know, the boost. That would actually be very strong. Then only one of you is going to die probably, especially with AKs. That's a very good fight. So that's something we need to work on, just our flow, and then we have, you know, 3 and 5 maybe coming up behind you. Just extremely clean B site takes. One other person needs to have the smoke for the molly. So we need to just iron out these jobs. So within our 5 stack, we always know who's doing what. That's B. That's the play. So let me just think. Look, we're 18 minutes in. Okay. All right. Thank you for watching this far. I really appreciate it. One other thing, food for thought. AWPer, which we can all get very easily, has what's called the FNATIC wall, which involves these 2 smokes. I have no idea how they play this. I don't know if they wrap church and then split the site. That's if we want to do that, we could learn that pretty easily. Let me just propose something. So Tom, okay, we need to work on taking banana control. And so say Tom is entry fragging and our number 3 is behind him. Maybe we don't want our number 3 to be behind him. Maybe we want it to be Adam. So Tom and Adam are taking banana control very aggressively. We need to have, you know, up to this line. Like, we don't need to have control past here, just like up to this line. So that we're here, right? So if Tom and Adam are here and they're able to hold this angle, then we're safe to set up stuff, because you can't really, I mean, what are they gonna do? Like who nades like right over that wall? Nobody, because they don't know how we set up. And then like myself and Dawson can do this, and then I can go throw this one, and Dawson can throw this one, and then I'm rotating off. Dawson's prepping the flash. We've got 1, 2, 3, 5. Dawson's in the back. I'm second to last. Tom is creeping up that side, maybe with our number 3. Adam's on the back side. I'm with Adam. Adam is clearing this. Tom is like, or Adam is peeking first, and then, you know, Tom gets the trade. I mean, whatever it is, you know, we're sort of advancing. Dawson's throwing a flash, so we're all peeking with the flash. We can clear. Pillars on site. Adam can clear boost. Yeah. Okay. That sounds like a good take. Right? Doesn't it? Let's try it. Let's try it. I will put timestamps on this video, begrudgingly. And I don't think I missed anything. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about it. That's it. That's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. We are getting much better at Counter-Strike, and it's cool to see. It's cool to see. All right, guys. See ya.